Hello everyone, welcome to Sources classes. This is Tushar Shaw, and up till the last video we did up till the we completed the set of UPSC CS 2020 paper that we were solving. Okay, so I guess 18 videos were taken for that. So in this from this video onwards, we will be starting to solve GATE CS. Sorry, not CS, CY. The code for chemistry in GATE is CY. Okay. In many cases, you will be seeing that it is given as CS. They consider it as chemical sciences. Okay. And in some exams like GATE and JAM, it is given as CY. Okay, which is basically chemistry. Okay. So we will be solving GATE CY 2021 paper. Okay, from this video onwards. Obviously in like the question pattern of GATE, it is quite similar to the JAM questions. I have already solved quite a lot of JAM questions in the earlier videos. Okay, so you may go check those out. So the pattern for GATE is obviously like kind of similar to JAM. We will be having MCQ types questions, both of two types. One will be of 1 marks each, 1 mark each question. So on negative on getting the question wrong, will be deducted 1/3 marks will be deducted. The another type of MCQ question would be 2 mark question, 2 mark each. Each of them would be carrying a negative mark of 2/3. Okay. Next would be MSQ type question. These are basically of two types. No, I'm sorry, basically of one type only. 2 mark question. Okay. And each of them would be these questions won't be carrying any negative marks, so all of them would be like, if you make the question answer the question wrong, you will be given a straight 0. Okay. And in the last part, that is NAT type question. So NAT type question is also comprising of two types. Firstly, 1 mark each, 1 mark questions, so they also have a negative mark 0. And there would be 2 mark question that also will be having negative marks equal to 0. Okay, so these three would be having no negative marking, no negative marking. So I would be suggesting that while you are giving GATE exam or JAM exam or IIT JEE, any type of exam, all these exams conducted by IITs are all of the papers have some questions that have negative marking and some questions that don't. Okay, so I would be suggesting that the questions that do not have any negative marking, you should attempt them as much as possible. Okay, like if even if you don't know the answer, tick some of them or just write some of them, anything as such. Okay, because that might help you sometimes, like if you have guessed an answer but you're not sure, go for that. Like it is better than it is better for than like it is better for attempting the question than leaving the question. Okay, so I'm talking obviously about MCQ, MSQ and NAT questions. For these MCQ type questions, please, I would be really suggesting that if you know the answer surely, then only go to attempt. Otherwise, don't attempt at all. Okay, because these negative marking carry a huge difference, make a huge difference in your ranking and those stuffs. Okay, like even if you have like let us consider 2%, though both of them have the same marks in the GATE paper or JAM paper or anything else. Okay, so there is a ratio known as the positive to negative ratio. Okay, I'm sorry, negative to positive ratio, negative to positive ratio. What this means is, you have the negative marking and you have the positive marking, total they will be divided and put on a ratio. The person who has the higher negative by positive ratio would be given a low, like a higher rank, like they would be given a, no, not given the better rank. The person would be having the negative versus by positive ratio low, they will be given a better rank, that is a lower position. Okay, so this is the case. So obviously I didn't told you about these stuffs during the jam while I was solving the jam paper. So I told you about this. So these are also applicable for the gate and jam exams also. Okay, so let us apart from these types of questions, as we know that gate is the full form of gate is uh, gate full form is graduate aptitude test for test for engineering. They have written engineering because obviously main focus for GATE is admissions into MTech. Okay, but we are giving the chemistry students. We are giving also for the admission for into MTech for giving for doing PhDs in any IITs or any foreign countries, and obviously the one of the good things about GATE is we get many jobs can be acquired via the PSU sectors. Okay, so the thing that I would like to mention is aptitude. So because as the GATE is an aptitude test also, so 10 questions will be 10 questions will be there containing aptitude in the aptitude like questions. Okay, they would be having English, they would be having logical reasoning, and they would be having maths. Maths, or we may say quants. This is like a new term which people use for class 10 level maths. Okay, so these quants are basically mathematics, which are like the syllabus for this mathematics is class 10 level, like up till like higher school level. Okay, so syllabus is school level, but the in this syllabus also the difficulty level is high. Okay, difficulty is high. The syllabus would be the same. Your the chapters you have studied in your school level, those the sums from those chapter will be coming only, but the difficulty level, like you have to think much for solving these kinds of maths. Okay, and logical reasoning question will be there, and somewhat English question will be there. Okay, repair, fill in the blanks, or some paragraph statements, or some comprehension. Those types of question will be there. 10 questions are there for these three aptitude types of questions. Okay, and these 10 questions are same for in a year. These 10 questions are same for all subjects. Okay, like the person giving CY, the person giving the exam for chemistry, and person giving exam for CS, that is computer sciences, both of them will be having these 10 questions same. Okay, all the 23 24 fields that we have, that the subjects that we have in a GATE syllabus, GATE like schedule, all of them would be having the same aptitude questions. The subjective wise question will be different in each of the subjects. Okay, so this was all about the discussion. So let us start solving the questions. So in the question paper you will be seeing that obviously I have downloaded this question paper from the GATE official website. You may get the question paper and the answer keys from there only, and therefore you can refer to those texts also. Okay, so in this paper, the first cases we have multiple choice questions are there. Obviously, MCQ questions. Graduate. So firstly, we will be solving the aptitude questions. Okay, as it is there in the paper, aptitude questions. Okay. So the first 5 questions are of 1 mark each, and the negative marking is -1/3 in each case. Okay, so let us start by that. So the first question that is given is getting to the top is dash, then staying on top, then staying on top. Okay, so the options that are given is more easy, much easy, uh, easiest, and easier. So obviously this is a comparative, like we in normal English language we know that there is an assertion, there is a comparative tense, and then there is a superlative tense. Okay, so for example we have good, assertion is good, comparative is better, and superlative is best. So obviously assertion means just you are asserting some verb. Okay, not verb, sorry, adjective. Okay, comparative means you are taking that adjective and comparing it with some, like for some noun you are taking an adjective and comparing the adjective with another noun. Okay, and superlative is you are declaring that this particular thing that we are considering the adjective, this is the most superior to the rest of the things that are being considered. Okay, so obviously in this statement you can see that getting to the top is attached than staying on top. So we are comparing two things. Getting to the top is one is one thing, and staying on top is another thing. So comparison is taking place. Okay, so here the verb like the adjective is easy. Okay, so easy, for easy we have comparative tense, we have easier. Okay, and the superlative tense we have easiest. Okay, so obviously more easy and much easy don't make any sense over here, because more, the term more is attached when there is some kind of adjective that some kind of adjective that doesn't have a normal comparative or superlative term. Okay, let's say for example beautiful. Okay, so beautiful, the comparative term for beautiful is not beautifuler, we write it as more beautiful. Okay, so like the adjective beautiful, we it, as it doesn't have a comparative term, so we write just attach more and make it a comparative statement, comparative term. Okay, but here easy has the comparative term easier. Okay, so more easier and much easy won't be making any sense over here. So, and obviously we are comparing, so the comparative term for easy is easier. So here the answer will be easier. Getting on the top is easier than staying on top. Okay, so obviously, so option D here would be the correct option. Option D is the correct option. Okay, moving on to the next question. So the next question says that obviously this question doesn't make any sense, like writing on my OneNote. So still I'll be trying. So we are given an axis, x and y axis. Obviously the drawing is not up to the scale. I have already told you in my earlier classes that drawing with this pen tablet is not very efficient. So I'll just try my best to make the drawing as perfect as possible. Okay, so we have triangle written, Triangle. Okay, now we have to reflect, like this word is written in this quadrant, the positive quadrant. Okay, so what we have to do is we have to write the mirror image after reflecting this text about in the x-axis. So this will be working as the mirror. Okay, and we have to reflect this and write it over here. So obviously let me just try to write it down. So after that you may just this question obviously is like you have to use your brain, and obviously use your visual capacity to solve this question. Okay, so I am trying my best of my visual capacity to write the question perfectly, but let's see. So, and then L, and then E. Okay, so obviously my handwriting is not up to the scale, because both of them are, because in the options you can see all of them are printed. Okay, so in the options you will be just like, if you compare this one on this mine answer and the options, you will be seeing that option B has this one as their option, and therefore option B here would be the correct option. Okay, so let us move on to the next question. So the next question says, now this is a like one of my favorite sums. I have already given that to GATE 2021, and this one was one of my favorite sums that appeared in this question, this paper. Okay, so question number 3, it says that in a company there are 35 of the employee. So let us write down the data. 35% employee drink coffee, 40% employee drink tea. Okay, and 10% of the employee drink both coffee and tea. Okay, so what percent of employees do drink neither tea nor coffee? So we have to find out the percentage for neither coffee nor tea. Okay, so this is a question of basically you know the chapter already, Venn diagrams. We have already done this concept of Venn diagrams in our earlier like in our school level, that is in class 10 and 12. So let us just recapitulate that. So let us draw the Venn diagram. This is like the total 100%. Okay. So as both of the there are some people who drink both the coffee and tea, and the two sets that are being included for the first set is the people who drink coffee, people who drink coffee, and the next set is people who drink tea. People who drink tea. Let us call this set as A, this set as B. Okay. So two sets are there, and obviously these sets are overlapping because 10% of the population drink both coffee and tea. So we will be drawing two circles. Both of them will be overlapping. Okay. So this circle is named as A. This circle is named as B. So for let us by looking at the data, we know that 35% of the employees drink coffee. So this total circle is 35. This total circle I am writing it outside as 35, and the circle and 40% of the employee drink tea. So obviously this total B circle would be having 40. Overall this overlapping set is 10. Why? Because 10% both drink tea and coffee. So from 35 if we minus 10, then the people who drink just coffee are 25, and the people who drink just tea are 40 minus 10, that is equal to 30. Okay. So the total number of people that drink tea and coffee are 25 plus 10 plus 30. So this comes out to be 40 plus 25, which is equal to 65%. Now the total percent is 100%. So people who don't drink anything at all, that is the people in this shaded area. Okay, this shaded area would be 100% minus the sum of these Venn diagram. So this Venn diagram comes to be 25 plus 10 plus 30, which is equal to 65%. So therefore our answer would be 100 minus 65, that is equal to 35%. Okay. So in the options you can see that 35% is option number C, not option number C, it is option C. Okay. So option C has 35. So option C is the correct answer. Okay. So let us end this video here only. We did 3 questions. Obviously the time is over. We have a length of 15 minutes for each question. So we'll be stopping it here. Obviously we'll be continuing this set up till question number 10, that is the aptitude questions, in the next video and in the further videos, and after that we'll be digging into the chemistry questions that would probably require quite a lot of number of videos. Okay. So thank you guys for this video. I'll see you guys in the next one.